And we're back. What's up, everybody? Benja Welldone coming at you live on this beautiful February the 3rd, Friday, 5:57 a.m. Got Texas roads. It's icy out. It's crazy, everybody. It's crazy. So, the greatest of all time, Tom Brady. You know, I don't even watch sports, but I think that psychologically it's really interesting to think about something. What does the greatest of all time do in a sport or whatever, right? When they no longer do it, you're still that guy. He's still the greatest. Okay, he still took his team to the playoffs when none of the other quarterbacks did, right? So what does he do? What's his next move? How do you stay fulfilled riding the high and being the greatest in the world at one thing and then just stop doing it? It's a really interesting question. You know, I wasn't even going to do this about sports. Well, not sports, but just a guy. He's more than a guy. You get what I'm saying, right? Because I'm not a sports guy. I'm not. But, you know, I started watching Tom Brady, like really, really watching him. It was that one Super Bowl where they were in, I'm pretty sure, anyway, it was that one Super Bowl where they were down by like 30 points or whatever, something crazy. And he had like 5 minutes or whatever to get it done. And it was the greatest comeback ever for a Super Bowl. And he won. And I'm thinking, and I told my wife, I was like, you know what? Before it started, I said, no matter what happens from now on, we're going to be Patriots fans. Because we're patriotic, right? We don't really have a team. So let's just do it. The only thing I don't like about franchises, well, anyway, everybody hops from team to team nowadays, and that really is the new era of sports. People usually don't stay with the team. You know, but I'm digressing too much. LeBron, perfect example. Chasing championships and trophies, but whatever. Moving on. But Tom Brady, man, he's been with a lot of teams, right? But anyway, so we watched, and he was getting his ass kicked. The whole team was, not just him individually. And then he came back. That, to me, proved why he's so great. And then he continued to do it again. He joins another team, you know. Controversial, maybe. He should have stayed with Patriots, but regardless, he showed that he is that great. He can actually go to another team his first year and become a Super Bowl champion, right? All over again. Now, forgive me if I'm saying things wrong about points and stats, whatever. I'm not that guy, right? But it just proves you won't. And then he still makes it to the playoffs, right? Twice. At what point, when you're the greatest in the world at something, like, what is the mind shift in that? I don't even have an answer to this. I literally don't. But it does make me kind of wonder, what's it like? What's it going to be like for him, right? What's he going to do? I mean, I started thinking that. I'm like, because he just announced his retirement, right? And I'm telling myself, all right, so you start your morning coffee, you realize that you're the best every single day. You just got that competitive drive, the competitive spirit. So you got to figure out a way to channel it. And like, you know, that's like one of the biggest things that fighters, not even just fighters, you know, all players of sports, if they stop playing that sport, what do? That's who they are, right? And the problem is that once he or someone else gets into something, if you are that greatest like ever, right? The second that you do that, you enter a new field, you're no longer the greatest. You're just another guy. While concurrently, you've been riding that wave of being the best for so many years. No, he wasn't always the best, right? It took a dynamic shift in his mind to say, you know what? I'm going to be the best from this point forward, and I will. And he did. That's exactly what happened. Before he started winning all of his Super Bowls and stuff, you know? But because he was with different teams and whatever, digressing again. But it's a really interesting question. I don't really know what the answer is, but I wish I had like a one line of communication with him, you know, so we could like, well, 2 lines, you know, whatever, contact him and find out, because I really do wish him the best. Nothing but success. He has had a few difficulties as of late between his personal life and his finances with that whole FTX crazy crap, right? If you heard about that, but anyway. But I really wish him the best. And for a guy that I actually started paying attention to later in his career, but such a defining moment, it meant a lot to me, because it just showed me the something I already knew, but it reinforced my never quit, always moving forward mentality, mindset, right? And he did that with his team, you know? It was so amazing. I might even go back and just watch that Super Bowl. I'll find a way like to watch it or whatever, but it was so inspiring. And I just thought it was great. And to have that be like the first game you ever watched, like you know, you actually paid attention to and stuff. It was pretty remarkable. So what's he going to do? I'm not sure. I wish I could see. I wish I could think what he's thinking and see what his thoughts are and know what's going on, or even have a conversation with him one-on-one. But I wish you the best, man. Everybody, continue to have that never quit, always moving forward mindset. I'm Benja Welldone, and as always, check me out. Peace.